Hello to myself and everybody else. So far, this video that I'm making right now, this video is just going to be me going back, looking through a bunch of my old games and stuff like that. So, basically, I'm starting off with a pretty old one that I made back in school called Dyno-lad. And I'll go ahead and get this going. But this I made a very long time ago. Like over 10 years ago as of the time I'm releasing this. And so far, looking at it, I can tell it's definitely old because I had no idea what I was doing. Like right here, it just says use space to jump, R to reset rooms, move with arrows, green dynamite kills you, purple dynamite, higher jump. Then I have a block flashing here that you gotta click on. So far, no indication you gotta do that. I just basically have to tell you. I had no idea what I was doing. So far, looking at this game, it's been a very long time since I actually looked at this. And yeah, so far, it looks bad. It 100% looks really bad. But again, this was like a long time ago, around the time I first got introduced to Game Maker, and I had like no idea what I was doing. First time I was doing anything with this. Because this was something for class. And so far, all the art and everything stuff you see here and all that, I did not draw this. It was made by the other person I was paired up with. I think it was two other people I was paired up with. And so far, one of them kind of helped on one of the other games. We'll get to that when I get to it. But so far with this and everything too, at the bottom you can see me just moving left and right. Probably because, again, it looks really bad. Characters at the very bottom, really small, can barely see them. Only can move left and right. So far, the blurry text and all that, because so far to show this, and I'm pretty sure I have the mouse shown here, but so far just to show this and everything before I start, originally the size of this game was this. This was how big it was. You had to play on this really small screen and everything. I had to copy this over from the old Game Maker, the original one, and change the settings so I can actually make it full screen like this. So with that, like, definitely older thing, I had no idea how to adjust the camera and was just trying random stuff. Because so far with this too, when you go over to Dynamite, you have to jump into it to start the level. Again, the background you can see, it looks just bad. You can barely, so far where I am, I'm on like the left side of the screen jumping here. You can barely see them because the color's like off. The background is like really distracting and stuff like that. And then like in the top left, same thing, there's like 3 lives, which again, you probably can't tell what that is. And that timer, which is about to run out right now. Yep, right here, runs out of time. When it runs out of time, you hit OK. You start it, basically it starts the level over again, just completely. Which, going back, because I played a little bit of this to make sure it works. And so far, I was just really evil when it came to this. Because like right here, I messed up. I hit the purple dynamite, didn't make the jump. There is nothing I can do. I have to restart. Just hit R, restart. And basically just the whole thing here. Enemy wise, we had no idea what we were doing. Because originally, this was supposed to be inside of like, I think a mine shaft. You're supposed to be running on TNT. It explodes after you touch it. And you're supposed to plan out your route to get to the end. I had no idea how to make dynamite explode a few seconds after you touch it. I know how to do that now, but back then I didn't. So with this, I just had to figure out what to do, and I accidentally made it so the character jumps when you touch the dynamite. So with that, that's why I ended up just rolling with this. So that's why the enemies are like treasure chests, because originally, again, it was in a mine shaft, and you were like going for treasure and all that. It's a whole bunch of backstory, because this is crazy without any of it. And so far, just see if I can get to the end. So far, something too that you have to see is that, like, basically the whole point of each level is right under where I am. It's hard to see, but to the right of the character in this pit is a key, which is really hard to see. You got to get this key, and then a door appears randomly on the stage, based near the bottom here. So I just have to go to this door, touch it, and I'm in the next level. So far, with this, if I remember, there's like 14 levels and stuff like that too. And this stage in particular, because I was playing this a while ago, in the bottom left, no, bottom right, there's green TNT. So the green TNT kills you and stuff like that as well. But the one on the bottom right, it was an Easter egg I put in, something not worth getting whatsoever, but I'm going to try to. And if you, so far I'm let time run out. Yeah, like I said, the whole stage restarts when the time runs out. But what's messed up is this. So far, the purple dynamite, got rid of that. I'm going to get rid of these as well. And I'm going to touch some green dynamite. You die. So far, you're stuck. You lose a life, but there's no, the timer doesn't reset. You have no way of getting back over there unless you save some dynamite or something like that. I was like completely evil with this. I had no idea about like game design. I would just like bump it. Let's see if they can get past this, which I kind of still do now. But even at least with that, I still think it out and at least plan ahead. At least thinking out, at least plan ahead like a little bit and everything like that. So far beyond that, yeah, there's like no music to this because again, we made this in class. Had like no idea what we were doing or anything, so we were just trying random stuff out. Plus again, it was like in class, so we wouldn't have like time to, you know, like make music or sound effects because we had no idea how to do that. But yeah, because eventually I had to kind of figure that out on the fly a bit. But that's, dang, I keep forgetting with this game that like the way I programmed this, I had no idea really how to do movement 100%. Because I know the way I programmed this, it was basically if you press left and right, you just go left and right. So I'm just going to see if I can, wait, I can't do it like that, dang. You have to straight up go, I have to have like confidence in this, but basically if you hold left and right, you go left and right. To jump, you hit space, but it's like the moment you let go of space, you immediately start going down, so you can short hop this. So the moment you hit purple TNT, you're going up until you let go of it or until you hit the peak of the jump. Which I keep messing this up. Because so far I'm trying to remember just like how to get through some of this and everything and stuff as well. You just gotta remember to let go of the space bar and everything and stuff like that once I get to a set point. Because the movement in this is really not the best. Again, I'm going to keep saying this. I was new to this. And this is bringing back memories and stuff like that. Just to play it again. This game, at least I can say this. It is absolute trash. Like 100%. And so far I forget the Easter egg and stuff too. With that, I probably just go into the level thing and just like go over there to see what it is. But for this, so far just go over to the actual next level and stuff. Okay, I just kept rising up there. Yeah, the whole thing stuff with this is just that like I did just make this and just went, let's see if people can get past it. And then just try to see if I can get past it. Or other people as well. Because just like with my games now, I'm like the only person who tests these and play them. So I have to kind of just try and hope and see. And for some reason the spacebar keeps getting stuck. Or like, probably not even the spacebar, just probably me just messing this up with the programming. Because the moment you touch one of these blocks, you do kind of get stuck on the side. It's like a bit awkward with that and everything. Yeah, because like there and everything, I got like stuck trying to jump. And so far, that's the hardest part about this too, because even though I made it, it's like, oh wait, that's right. Yeah, because time's up. But I remember now. Basically, the whole key strategy to this is to basically just get the key, die, come back down here. Again, terrible game design. Like just, I can at least say that because, again, old game of mine. But yeah, I was just terrible. Yeah, like that right there, that wasn't from me jumping. I let go of space. It's because I hit one of the blocks and hit the ground, and for some reason just decided you're still going up. Yeah, at this point, I've been spending a long time on this level. I'm determined to just get past it. Yeah, again, I let go of space. It still sent me up. So if I just die, go back. Next level. The thing that's worse is, again, I have to try to remember where the key... Okay, there it is. On the top right where the key and stuff is. Getting terribly hard to see where anything is. It's ridiculous what you have to do. But so far, just to see if we can do it. There we go. If I can make... Nope. Yeah, just don't think about this. Like, again, with my other stuff, I at least add music. It's not the best in the world, but I at least added something to it. And I died. And it's like, yeah, just with this and stuff too, no music and everything right now is just... It is, I'm not gonna lie, kind of annoying with no music. And how much I'm dying. But, yeah, so we're just going back and everything stuff through this too. So far, I'll probably just, if I can, and I hit the dynamite. At this point, out of spite, I'm going to actually just try to get past this. But from there, I might just, like, fast forward through some of the other levels and stuff like that, too, a bit. Because I want to see how everything else turned out with this. If I can do... Why'd I do that? So far, no sound effects, no nothing, just basic levels. A annoyingly kind of bland, well, not bland, but just like distracting as crap background. The old days. And I'm royally messing this up. Alright, let me try something. And I just straight up didn't make it. That's right, if I hold down space... Nope, didn't make it. Alright, so why am I going for it again? Alright, so far with that, just still going back and trying this. Just, again, just like the whole thing with this too, is that I remember just being back in school and everything, being introduced to Game Maker and everything like that. And, yeah, I'm just rushing this a bit too much. Being introduced to Game Maker and just flat out trying to... Wait, how am I not making it? Okay, wait, give me a second. There we go. So far with that, it really doesn't matter, because I think if I... No, okay, so that's not a possibility. Let me see, actually. Yes, it is. Alright. If I do that... Okay, so that's the thing. But yeah, like I said, so far the whole thing and stuff with this too is that, like, back in school and everything and stuff like that, being introduced to Game Maker, and I had like no idea this was a thing I could really do to just straight up like make video games and everything like that. So once I actually like was able to do this, again, I just made sure to just like keep messing with it and everything like that as well. This level is, my God, looking at this, like because again, there's supposed to be a key somewhere around here, and I'm supposed to make it to the top left. I am looking at this, and this is horrible to look at. This is absolutely horrible to look at. Okay, yeah, it's right here on the bottom right. Yeah, I'm skipping this level. Yeah, I'm not doing this, because legit, to look at it, it looks horrible. Just visually and everything. Plus with this level, you had to have enough TNT to make it back. And you had to like plan out the route, if I remember correctly. And one thing about this is you can touch the side of dynamite and everything and it won't go off. But if you touch the bottom of it, it does. Just trying to see if I can remember where and how to... Yeah, so around here. Get this. Go up. Please. Nope, didn't happen. Actually, wait, the door's right there. So I can just... If I can if I can actually make it. I don't think I can make it. Wait a minute. I might have a way. Give me a second. If the time and time's up, dang. Okay, I think I got this. Even though I said I wasn't gonna play it, but yeah, the whole thing and stuff too is that like playing these older levels and everything, it does at least take me back a bit. Like again, I can at least appreciate just like getting started with Game Maker, even though I had like no experience, had no idea what I was doing at all. And I was like legit just struggling to just like make something. But in high school, I actually did have like a pretty good teacher and everything to teach me how to make something. And I messed that up again. And time is about to run out. If I can, nope. Yeah, but I actually had like a pretty good teacher and everything and stuff in high school who he himself, he had no idea what he was doing with Game Maker either. But he genuinely would like help a student if they genuinely wanted to learn something, as well as he would like look up notes, answer questions. Pretty good teacher and stuff too, as well as he was the one who introduced me to a video game tournament that was part of like this thing in school. Wow, I did not make that in time just at all. So flat out, I do have to die to get back. But yeah, like I said, the whole thing with that was he introduced us to a tournament called Skills USA and everything, where we had to make a video game and stuff. That we learned about that like maybe 6 months, like or at least halfway into the deadline. So basically with that, we had like not that long to really make a game. This was not that game. Dear God, it was not this game that was meant for the tournament. If it was, oh, we deserve to lose like a madman, because my God, this is horrible. But yeah, let me just do this, and then if I go here, there we go. If I can, yeah, just stop and see where the, oh my God. Yeah, the key bottom right, gotta make it all the way to the top left once I get this key. But yeah, like I remember just like with that and everything and stuff, just the tournament, once we got to do that, it was actually pretty interesting. Yeah, I'm just messing it up. So far, we got to do the tournament, and that like really made me want to actually just, you know, wow, I am absolutely doing horrible. It made me actually want to just like keep making video games and everything like that. Ones that are not like this, because I really needed to learn, so it just took some time. But from there, if I remember correctly how to do this, because that timing is not correct. I think I need to, yeah, give me a second. Wait, that's right, there's another one here, an upside down TNT. That's right. So far, this is, dear God, it wasn't worth it. It was just TNT that would just bring this up. It's not a real error. I just made this up. And then it just takes you right back. That was a whole thing. It was something stupid I just put in for no reason. At least I made a level select with these terrible looking numbers. What was I on? 5? Yeah, so far again, I'm just going to like skip past some of this and everything too. Well, I already played some of it, so let me, you know what, I'm gonna try again. Let me just see if I can get past it again. Let me just try it one more time. Alright, so if I remember correctly, I think it's when it's coming back is when I go. Even though I didn't wait for it to come back. Yep, so around here, key, you go up, you have to bounce over that, and yeah. Basically something like that, because I get stuck on the wall from what I remember, because I didn't really know exactly how to do it. But yeah, so far again, I'll just go back here. So that was like 5, so 6, so we can just see how horrible these levels looked. Oh yeah, I was actually getting fancy with this one too. I actually made the dynamite move. Huh. Had to pat myself on the back for that. This looks horrible to play, but at the very least, I tried a different mechanic, so I have to give myself props on that. And seriously, what was the point of the lives? Because once you kind of get past this, you're kind of just messed up. Except granted, though, the glitch of just dying and doing it again, that kind of was the main strategy of it. So basically there was a method to it, but once you run out of dynamite, you're just stuck. So yeah, just going back through here and everything, and just bouncing through this, getting over there. Yeah, I'm not trying this. Just, again, just glance through them real quick. That is right. So far, the person on the right side of the screen, the story behind that is just bumming. I'm going to make it over there just for this. See, the whole reason was this. Okay. Actually, I think I just messed up, because if I remember correctly, when I was doing something, that's right. No, you have to, I think, do this. It's just something really stupid, I remember. But yeah. The whole thing and stuff, too. Too bad I do not have a pause on this. Yes, exactly with this. So far, what was going down was this. That character, her name is Jane. That took me so many years to remember her name. Because, okay, let me start from the beginning with this. In that class, we had to create a character. And we basically made a character and stuff too. We just made some stuff up. Just a woman with an eye patch. She had an axe for a hand. Stuff like that. We just made something up. And we turned it in, made the character. There it is. Now, when we were making this game, I think we either had to put her in this game, or we just needed like a reason at the end for him to go there. So we just put her in the game. There was no reason whatsoever she was there. We just did. In total, that was just a person to save and then just leave or whatever. But the teacher said, make that his wife. So I was like, okay. We had no choice in the matter, because teacher was just like, make that his wife. So we just had to. So with that and everything, we made that his wife. And basically one of the people had to make like a victory screen at the end. It looks, again, he drew it, so I can't say trash, but again, the tone of it feels like completely out of left field. I'll finally move on to this flashing block, stop being there, but still, I might just like in editing, just like cover it up or something, but still. So far with that and everything too, it was make it back to the end. Like you had to go through every stage again. Wow, that was a really, Yeah, but basically, you just had to make it back to the ending and everything like that as well. So far, again, that was stage, what was it? No, 7. Yeah, 7. So really with this, just going back through everything again, let's just go to 14. Because so far, it's literally every level and stuff like that in reverse. Dear God, I was evil. Because you spawn here, but if you die, you go up there where there's no humanly possible way you can make it out. I think I guarantee that. So, with this, let's make sure we got this down and everything, because I want to see the ending of this. Okay, then you have to drop down. You got to time this junk perfectly. What? And the other guy got me. I completely forgot about him. Okay. Yeah, so you just have to go. And I'm an idiot. Okay, got it. Alright, so with this, you just got to go. And I died. Dang. But yeah, it's like the ending of this was just ridiculous. But yeah, we had to like add her in as like the wife character, even though we really didn't want to, but we had kind of no choice in that. So we just had to like make her the wife character. And that's what we had to do. So basically, once you get through all that, you have to play every level again in reverse. And once you get to this door, you and your wife are out of the dynamite factory. And I see that I put another glitch TNT here, which did nothing, but just made you have to restart. So yeah, escaped, hit OK. This right here was the victory screen. Again, someone else drew it, so I can't really say anything about it, but they did better than what I could do. So yeah, just this was the ending, and then that was it. Just game over. Looking back through that, yeah, I definitely had no idea what I was doing at all. The background is super distracting. Like, Let me go back and just look at this just for myself. So far, again, just the text pop-ups and everything and stuff like that. Yeah, the backgrounds were super distracting, so it's hard to see what you gotta do. I never told you gotta get the keys, so if you don't notice that, you wouldn't be able to know what you gotta do. I made the timers very precise, so you just have to get good at these, playing them over and over, which that I don't have a problem with. But it's the fact that you just gotta rush, there's no pause or anything, you just gotta go. The fact that when you die it restarts but the TNT doesn't restart. Yeah, all this, it was bad, but it was one of the first video game attempts I tried with a group of other people. So just gotta let that slide. And I'm starting to notice all the glitch TNT I have everywhere, because one down here really is not worth getting. But with that, there's one more thing I do want to look at as well. This was like super short because it was another group thing we had to do, so I'll just go to that real quick. Okay, so far for this, it's a game called King's Travels. This one was made basically by me and the same people, except I think -1, so it was me and one other dude. And so, because I don't know if he wants me to say his name and stuff in this and all that, but yeah, so far it was me and one other dude who made this. And so far, again, this I think was either around the same time, like it was in the same grade, but it was either before or after Dyno-lad, I can't remember, because I was still barely learning the programming for this. Really had no idea what I was doing, still doing the very basic. So let me go ahead and run this real quick. But yeah, the whole thing with this is that, because this game came from a prompt, and something's going to pop up here real quick. Yeah, go to the treasure chest. Yeah, the whole prompt of this was, well, with Dyno-lad, that was something we just had to come up with. Like, our project was just to make a game. So we just made one. I think that was one of the first games we actually made where we had to come up with the prompt ourselves and everything. And it just took a lot of tweaking and just stuff like that because it's my limitation on mechanics. Now, with this game, this was a prompt the teacher gave us. And the prompt was, and I'm kidding you not on this because this is going to sound like off the wall, but basically the prompt was, you're a king of a kingdom who was a terrible person. His subjects overthrew him and kicked him out. The king wants to basically retake his kingdom, so basically he's on his way back there to take it back, and he runs into a girl who's on her way to the kingdom to kill the king because the king killed her father. So she teams up with you to go to the kingdom, and she doesn't know that you used to be the king. So basically she wants you dead. You're using her to go back to the kingdom to get your crown back. So far there's definitely plot holes in that would need to be ironed out, but I did not make that prompt. That was a prompt that the teacher made. So yeah, and from that, you're probably thinking, okay, well, at least I'm thinking I can definitely roll with that. There's no problem with it. But again, this was early on. We had no idea what we were doing. So programming wise, I had no idea what to do. We decided to make this a overhead RPG kind of thing or whatever. But we did not get that far because I had no idea how to program a lot of that stuff. And the other guy, drawing wise, he basically he drew the character, the enemies, he drew everything. I programmed everything, he drew everything. That's how it went. So far I'm going to click OK, and when I do, you're going to see what the game looks like. Well, full screen this. So far, this is what it looks like. Now, I'll say this. The character sprite, the other dude drew it, it looks pretty good. So far, just a matter of flipping the sprite so it looks like he's walking forward and everything. And then the left and right movement. The thing about the left and right movement is that back then I was like, you have to draw two sprites for left and right. Now I know you can just flip the sprite and just work like that. I had no idea what I was doing. And I made the walls bounce you back because you used to get stuck on them. And the thing following me right now, that's an enemy which they were supposed to not move until you're like a set distance from them. I had no idea how to do that. I know how to do that now. Back then, I had no idea. So with this and everything, just you go to the chest. Again, one thing I noticed a lot too is, and I'm sorry about this, but it's like a lot of stuff back then would flash because basically like the dude's armor is flashing and everything. It does not look that good. Like mostly if you have like epilepsy or something. So again, sorry about that. But yeah, the whole thing with that is, again, you touch the chest, pop-up shows up and says, you now have firepower, press space to shoot. Which is a thing you had the whole time because I had no idea how to lock an ability. Again, like a broken record, I know how to do that now. Hit space and you shoot a fireball. Shoot as many as you want. And with this, basically you can just like shoot the slime enemy. There you go. Shoot as much as you want and everything and stuff like that. And that's it. Because so far, this map, I don't think there's anything. Wait a minute. I think there actually is something here. I think there is a boss enemy somewhere. I think. Like, he doesn't do anything whatsoever. He might be dead. Because I'm pretty sure it was the same problem with the other enemies. I didn't really know how to program a boss or a character so they would actually, you know, be able to do something. I'm trying to remember, where did we put that? Because either it's dead and I'm just wasting time right now, or it's actually still here. Because if I remember correctly, when you would touch the boss or kill it or something, the game would crash. If I could remember where that was. Might be down here or something. I legit have to... Well, actually, wait, what am I doing? I can just do this. Let me just close it real quick. Go to rooms. And let's see... Test vertical dirt room. I don't even know what that is. Oh, yeah. Like, we did make other stages. But... Again, I don't remember how... That's right. It was supposed to be a thing where you touched the edge of the room and you would teleport. Yeah, test water room. Yeah, things like this as well. Just to like test making other stages and stuff like that. Test room stone. Yep, just more stuff like this. And the test level. Let me see if I can see that enemy somewhere in here though, because I know it was a thing. If it ever pops... Yeah, it's taking a second. Okay, so far I'm back. Yeah, it turns out when you try to open up... I'm not even going to click on this. When you try to open up test level, it freezes Game Maker and there's no way to close it out. I had to restart my computer like 3 times because I was testing to see if I can get it back open. And if you click it enough, basically, if the room actually does open, the game will not load in again. So, whatever I did in the first Game Maker, and then I had to import everything over to the new updated Game Maker, after they went from original Game Maker to Game Maker 2, back to Game Maker, it's a whole thing. But basically, whatever I did... Yeah, that room is cursed. It can never be opened again. So, I had to basically delete the file, copy it back over from a hard drive I had. So, yeah, I'm never touching that ever again. But, so far, just going through the sprites and everything like that, there wasn't... I thought there was like a king slime or something like that somewhere in this, but there wasn't. Basically, just looking at it, there's a sprite for the evil king, which we didn't use. The player king and everything, so the one you were using. And like I said, it had a left and right sprite. Sprites for the walls, for the down walk, one's for the left and right walk. Collision, for the treasure chest open, which that's not really a thing because I'm pretty sure it deletes the moment you touch it because I had no idea what I was doing. I don't know why there's so many sprite variations of this. I don't think we knew how to do animations yet. So I think we're doing everything one at a time, or I say we, but the person drawing it, well, we were both learning Game Maker, so we didn't know we could do animations, so that's why we were doing stuff one at a time, pretty much. I think, because I don't know why there's so many sprites. The floor, the grass, the water, the vertical path, horizontal path, elbow path, different variation of that. The enemy, which again I have to give to the guy, looks pretty good because as far as I know, if he was new to pixel art and stuff, again, looks pretty good. Yeah, the boss, which I do not think was in that first room whatsoever. So, yeah, there's that. The sword, yeah, it's called sword because I had no idea how to do melee attacks, so we just kind of made it a fireball. A raft, which is supposed to be in the water, but again, never made it that far. A potion, and then the girl, which basically just a recolor of the other thing, or of the player. But basically, again, looking through it, we only had like I think a day to kind of do everything. Well, I say a day, we had like maybe like 2 hours. So again, still props to the dude for making all these sprites. Because again, like I said, the raft looks good. The potion look like, so far the drawings look really good. And I kind of dropped the ball on the programming. But again, I had no idea what I was doing. So I was trying some stuff. But beyond that, again though, looking at this, if I had to reflect, again with my stuff now, I've absolutely have improved since then. Again, I will go through the rest of my games so you can like, so basically I can see it and anyone else who's possibly watching this can see it. But basically, yeah, I've definitely improved a lot more since then because at least it doesn't crash when I try to open up a room. So that's a good thing, definitely there. And at least everything doesn't look as terrible to look at as it did in Dyno-lad. So basically, just looking at these two just to walk through memory lane. So to myself and everybody else, see you in the next one.